5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start. A minister with independent charge is an important figure in the structure of government in a parliamentary democracy. This position holds a unique and distinct place within the hierarchy of the Council of Ministers. To understand this role clearly, it is essential to first understand the overall structure of the Council of Ministers and the way responsibilities are distributed among them. In most parliamentary systems, the executive authority is vested in the Council of Ministers, which is headed by the Prime Minister. This council consists of different categories of ministers, including cabinet ministers, ministers of state, and deputy ministers. Among these, a minister with independent charge occupies a middle position between a cabinet minister and a minister of state. A minister with independent charge is a minister of state who is not attached to any cabinet minister and is responsible for heading a particular ministry or department independently. This means that although such a minister is not of cabinet rank, he or she does not work under the supervision of a cabinet minister. The person directly manages the affairs of the ministry, takes decisions, and functions autonomously, except in matters of major policy which may require approval from the cabinet or the prime minister. The idea behind appointing such ministers is to balance the workload of the cabinet and to ensure that certain departments receive focused attention without creating an unnecessarily large cabinet. In a large and complex administrative system, there are numerous ministries and departments dealing with various sectors such as health, education, agriculture, commerce, environment, transport, and others. It is not always possible or necessary to have a cabinet minister for every department. Some ministries are relatively smaller in scope or may be less politically significant compared to others. Therefore, to ensure efficient functioning of the government and to utilize available talent effectively, certain ministries are entrusted to ministers of state with independent charge. These ministers can take decisions independently regarding the day-to-day administration of their ministries, and they are accountable for the performance and implementation of policies under their jurisdiction. The role of a minister with independent charge requires a combination of administrative capability, political judgment, and decision-making skills. Such a minister is expected to demonstrate leadership and initiative in handling the affairs of the ministry. Although not of cabinet rank, the individual performs duties similar to those of a cabinet minister within the scope of the assigned ministry. In the meetings of the Council of Ministers, These ministers may be invited when matters concerning their ministries are under consideration. They are required to keep the Prime Minister informed about important developments, policy matters, and administrative issues pertaining to their departments. The system of having ministers with independent charge serves several purposes. First, it provides an opportunity to include more representatives in the Council of Ministers without unduly enlarging the cabinet. This is useful in maintaining political balance and in accommodating members from different regions or groups. Second, it allows the government to assign smaller or specialized departments to capable individuals who can devote full attention to them. Third, it functions as a mechanism for training and testing the abilities of emerging leaders in the government. A minister with independent charge, if found capable, may later be elevated to the position of a cabinet minister. The presence of ministers with independent charge reflects the flexibility and adaptability of the parliamentary system. It ensures that governance is not hindered by the limitations of size or hierarchy. These ministers act as a bridge between the cabinet and the larger council of ministers. Their work often requires coordination with other ministries, as policies and programs in one sector frequently affect other sectors. For example, decisions in the field of industry may have implications for labor, environment, and commerce. Hence, a minister with independent charge must work in harmony with colleagues in related ministries to achieve the larger objectives of the government. Although a minister with independent charge functions independently in relation to the assigned ministry, the ultimate responsibility for the actions of the government lies with the cabinet as a collective body. The principle of collective responsibility ensures that the entire Council of Ministers, including ministers with independent charge, stands together in support of government decisions. This means that even though a particular minister may have autonomy in the daily operations of the ministry, policy decisions of wider significance must conform to the overall direction and policy of the cabinet. From an administrative perspective, the effectiveness of a minister with independent charge depends on several factors, including the size of the ministry, the quality of civil servants working under the minister, and the level of cooperation from other departments. In smaller ministries, the minister may be able to exercise close supervision and make quick decisions. In larger or more complex ministries, challenges such as coordination and workload may arise. Therefore, such a minister must possess a strong understanding of administrative processes and the ability to work effectively with bureaucrats. The position of a minister with independent charge also holds political significance. In a coalition government or a government representing diverse regions and communities, the allocation of independent charge portfolios can serve as a tool of political management. It enables the Prime Minister to reward loyal members, strengthen alliances, or ensure representation of different groups without disturbing the existing cabinet balance. Moreover, such appointments often serve as a test of trust and competence. A minister who performs well with independent charge may later be considered for higher responsibilities. The distinction between a cabinet minister and a minister with independent charge lies primarily in their status and authority within the cabinet. A cabinet minister is a senior member of the council who participates in cabinet meetings regularly and has greater influence over policy decisions. A minister with independent charge, while managing a ministry independently, does not participate in all cabinet meetings and has limited authority in interministerial policy coordination. However, both share the same responsibility towards the legislature and the public. Stop.